Some shocking information I want to share with you right here in this video in regards to some new reports that were recently released, as well as some new information on seniors, the elderly, and people with disabilities, as well as some other updates. Let's get into it right away. But if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. Information continues to change very fast right now, but I'm watching everything closely and breaking it down into these short videos so that you can get the latest details hot off the wire each and every day as this information is being released. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be, so please leave your comments and questions and feedback down below. I do my best to answer them and make dedicated videos as necessary to help you out in any way that I can. So again, subscribe and let's jump right into the update. All right, wow, there is so much going on right now. Honestly, when I read through all this information on a daily basis as I'm doing my research, I just feel like so many times, how is this stuff happening? Seriously. Are we really living through all this stuff that is going on right now? Honestly, the last 2 years now with all this COVID situation and now the global conflict and this inflation, gas prices, seriously, everything just being inflated through the roof right now. It's like, is this really happening right now? But it really is, and it is the reality of what we are living through. Therefore, we got to find ways to work around this and to figure out how we can get additional relief, money, things like this going forward. So anyway, I just feel like every time I read through all this information, I just feel like, seriously, is this really happening? Or is this like, like what is going on here? You know what I mean? Anyway, I want to talk through some details here on some new reports that I came across. So number one, now, I've only talked about this agency maybe like one other time about a year ago or so, I think. But anyway, it is called Meals on Wheels. I want to talk about this really quickly here because I just read a new report about them, and I want to share some kind of shocking information about their operations as well as what's going on with everything they're experiencing right now as well. First off, really quickly, if you've not heard about Meals on Wheels, I'd highly recommend checking them out. It's a really cool service. They help out seniors, the elderly, people with disabilities. They deliver hot meals right to your door. I mean, literally, they walk it right to your door. So pretty cool stuff. If you've never heard about them, I would highly recommend checking them out when you're done watching this video. Meals on Wheels. They deliver free food right to your door. So anyway, check them out. But here's the thing. Over the last 2 years, according to this report that I was reading about them, they have fed and helped out a record number of seniors, elderly, and people with disabilities by delivering food, which again is probably no shock considering what we're going through right now and everything going on out there. It's probably not a huge surprise that they're helping record numbers of people right now. I'm not surprised one bit. I feel like, you know, if you're in a position where you need some extra help, by all means, take advantage of some of these programs. That is why these agencies and these, these charity type programs like this actually exist to help out a lot of people, as many people as possible. So I think it's super cool. But anyway, here's what they're talking about. So over the last 2 years here, they've had a record number of people coming in looking for services and for help with their food going forward. Again, great thing. But here's the deal. Just like everybody else out there right now, they're also struggling with financial issues and maybe not having quite enough money. Here's why. According to this report that I was reading, 40% of their funding comes from the government. Meanwhile, the other 60% of their funding needs to come from individuals, people like you and me and corporations and wealthy donors, people like this who send them money to help out with their operations to get out all the money or all the food and things like this that they need to all the people who need these services. However, as a result of maybe diminishing donations, things like that coming in. By the way, if you want to check them out, by all means, check them out. But again, with all that going on as well and a lack of funding, they're also being hammered down by all this inflation and, yes, of course, increased gas prices. Because here's the deal with what they do. They basically prepare meals, they put it into a vehicle, and they drive all around town delivering these hot, fresh meals to the doors of seniors, elderly, people with disabilities, low-income individuals. Well, as a result of that, these increased gas prices are digging into their bottom line, right? Just like essentially everybody else right now. If you're living on a fixed income or essentially any income right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The increased prices on essentially everything because of inflation and, yes, gas prices are literally digging into everything. And that's exactly what Meals on Wheels is also experiencing. So they're saying, hey, we got to get more money here. We need more money for what we need. We're feeding a record number of people right now, and the money is kind of drying up, right? So anyway, It's an awesome organization that we have here, Meals on Wheels. So again, feel free to check them out as well. But here's what else I was reading about this. In this report, again, this is super interesting, showing just how expensive some services really are out there. So this report was saying that this organization, Meals on Wheels, can feed a senior for the entire year for the same cost of what it actually costs to be in the hospital for 1 day or a nursing home for 10 days. So that's unreal, right? So essentially, pick what you want. Do you want food for an entire year, or do you want to be in the hospital for 1 day? At the end of the day, it's all going to cost you exactly the same, according to this report, right? So wow, that is shocking. So unbelievably, apparently going to the hospital for 1 day is outrageously expensive, right? But of course, I think all of us know that at this point, right? But anyway, just kind of gives you a perspective. You can eat for an entire year with this organization, or you can be in a hospital bed for 1 day. I don't know. I just found that to be like, I don't know, like alarming, shocking. I don't really know what the word would be right now to say in regards to that, but that's kind of just scary and almost sad that it's that expensive to be in the hospital. Anyway, just side note, just want to throw that out there. But anyway, I may go over and check out Meals on Wheels, and who knows, maybe next time I have a little bit of extra cash laying around, I'd love to be able to give them something, help them out. But because ultimately, if it can help out a lot of you here in this community, that'd be awesome to me, right? I mean, it'd be super cool. I'm very much dedicated to doing whatever I possibly can to help out all of you in this community. If that means if I can make a donation to an organization like this, where it can help out get some meals to some of you, by all means, that's super cool, right? Because obviously I can't get in a car and deliver meals to your house, even though that'd be kind of cool too, right? Knock, knock, hey, it's me, Matt. You want to be in a little video, and then I'll give you some food or something. I don't know. It'd be kind of funny, right? I won't do that. But anyway, just want to lay that report out for you right there and kind of let you know what's going on with that as well. So let's quickly talk about another report that was recently released as well. And this, again, shocking, but at the same time, not all that surprising. So a new NBC poll that was just released a couple days ago was asking people, is your lifestyle, as in is your income, keeping up with the cost of living, staying the same, or is it below the cost of living, right? So your income, right? Is it keeping up, staying the same, or is it falling behind the cost of living? Here's what it came out with. 62% of respondents said that their income is falling behind the cost of living. Meanwhile, only 6% of respondents said that their income is increasing above and beyond the cost of living. So, congratulations to the 6%. Not really sure what you're doing, but happy for you that your income is above the cost of living. Meanwhile, the other 62% of people, yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of right in line with what a lot of us are expecting, is the cost of living is expanding so incredibly fast right now, it's very, very difficult to keep up. And as you can see with these numbers, only 6% are actually having an income that is above and beyond the cost of living. But think of this for perspective. So here's the deal as far as all the numbers that are coming out, the inflationary numbers and everything that we're seeing right now. Basically, inflation is increasing just below 1% every single month. So therefore, your income would need to be going up by about 1% every single month just to stay ahead of the cost of living. So I'm not really sure about you, but any job that I've ever had or anything like that, anything that I've ever known, I'm not really sure about any employer ever giving a 1% raise on a monthly basis. Again, that's just from my experience, but I've never seen that. Maybe if somebody's lucky, they'll maybe get 2.5, maybe percent raise on a yearly basis, but certainly not 1% every month. Again, that's just from what I've experienced and from the research that I've done, the people that I've talked to. But anyway, apparently 6% of the people out there are experiencing this. So who knows if that's even accurate or not, if those people are actually saying, if they're actually telling the truth, or if that's just what they're saying, who knows? But either way, 6% of the respondents did say that their income is above the cost of living. But anyway, the cost of living right now is going up very substantially. Here's what else is interesting. In this same report, they also talked about another number, another economic number that was just released a couple days ago. It is the PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures. Now, this is another inflationary gauge. It was up 6.4% year over year. Now, you might be wondering, okay, what does this actually mean? Here's what it comes down to. Within this report, they found that energy prices are up 25% year over year. At the same time, food prices, you want to guess how much food prices are up? Yeah, 8% year over year. So you can see right there, even on food, the basic necessities that everybody needs are even up 8%, right? So makes it really hard to get ahead these days when you're paying 8% more for the same old things, the same food, everything else that you were paying just a year ago, right? That's just on food. What about housing? What about clothing? What about gas? What about energy? Utilities, electrical bills, prescriptions. I mean, literally everything that we are buying right now continues to go up in price, right? So anyway, just another shocking report out there that I want to share with you right here in this video. All right, so let's quickly talk about another report out there. And again, this is kind of unrelated to almost anything, but it is also going to impact the supply chain as well as inflation going forward. Yes, again, something else impacting prices and inflation, well, and the supply chain. Here's what it comes down to. The entire city of Shanghai, China is locked down. This is about 25 million people just in that one city alone. So here's how they did this. They actually did a two-part lockdown. So on March 28th, they locked down half the city. Well then, yesterday, April 1st, they locked down the other half of the city. So 25 million people are in lockdown right here, right now in Shanghai, China. Now you might be wondering, who cares? It's China. What do we care about them? Well, we do care a lot because here's why. There is a ton of different products that we buy at our stores that are made in China. Therefore, if 25 million people are locked down in that city, that means that a lot of things that we buy as, Americans that we import from China may be not being produced right now. Therefore, it may put another strain on the supply chain. That means that less product coming overseas into our store shelves just means that less supply means equal or more demand for less supply means prices must go higher. It's a simple supply and demand equation once again. So this may put additional strain on the supply chain and ultimately increase prices even more on more products. Great. Just what we want to know, right? Anyway. But across China right now, there are millions and millions of people locked down, not only Shanghai, but there are other locations across China. There's about 37 million people, as of the last report that I just read on this, that are locked down in China right now, right? So it's a lot of people and potentially a lot of factories and things like this. And the things that we buy from those factories may not be coming in the quantities that we actually need. So wow, what a mess. Seriously, I'm not even sure what else to call it these days. What a mess going on with everything around the world right now. Anyway, hopefully we can get some kind of solutions and hopefully we can get something figured out here relatively soon. Hopefully we can be back up and running and living normal lives once again relatively soon. But realistically, at the end of the day, hopefully Congress comes together and gets some money out to the people. Realistically, I think that's what everybody cares about right now is money in the pockets, money in the bank accounts. Anyway, as I do get more details on any of this stuff, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it down, helping you out in any way that I can. But these are some of the reports that I wanted to share with you right here in this video. Again, if you have not heard about Meals on Wheels, feel free to go check them out. You might be able to sign up on that and grab some free meals going forward to help you out. Even if you just draw on this every so often and take a few meals here and there, it might help you get by this very difficult time. So please check that out. So anyway, hope this one helps you out and keeps you informed with everything going on. That's my dedication to you and this community. As I do get more information, of course, I'll be right back here for you, breaking it all down to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video, share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,300 plus videos right here on the channel. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.